Are you in?
You gotta admit me.
I did.
Okay, give it a minute.
I already hear you and see you.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
loud and clear. Hi, Nancy.
Hi.
Nancy, I can't see your face. You're in the dark.
I'm in the dark. Okay,
Yeah,
let me move.
that lamp's right behind you.
Let me move.
No, you don't have to. I'm just playing.
I am. I don't want to look holier than I am, though, you know.
Oh, my.
Let's see if this lamp does better.
You would actually have to wear the clothes to look holier than you are.
Let's see. I'm walking around in the dark now. Okay, here we go. Let me shut the radio off. I'm joining to get encouraged. I've been off the deep end, so.
Okay, you came to the right place. Hold on, Mary Souls. View the waiting room. Every time I take my eye off of it, somebody pops in. Okay, now I got Mary and Kevin coming. So has to start video. And there's Mary and there's Kevin. Yeah. So I spoke with Lucas a little while ago, and he's not going to be able to make it. His brother's birthday is tonight, so he's going to be doing the opposite of a Bod Squad Zoom meeting, probably indulging in some good food. I'm sure you guys know this. This is our 5th week, and it's Thursday, so we're almost through the 5th week, which means we only have a week plus a few days left. So I think it's going to be a good time for us to kind of reflect on our journeys and then get real serious about what our most important goal is for the next 10 days, because you technically you only have 10 days to achieve that goal. Now, having said that, I will say that this 6 weeks is a jumping off point for the entire journey, and anything less is a failure on our parts, because we're trying to completely change mindsets and habits and behaviors to get people, or to help people to get onto the right path for nutrition and health and fitness. So next week is just really, it's not the end of the thing, it's the beginning of phase 2 of the thing. And I'm sure when I look at all of y'all, I know y'all get that, because you've been, you've had experiences. Obviously, Kevin's had big experiences with Bod Squad. Mary's had tremendous experience with every other program out there. And Nancy and Corbin, y'all have been around for a good chunk of time. So you've seen things come and go. We're so excited about this program. We really believe that it enables people, the people that jump in like y'all have jumped in, it enables people to make those sustaining changes for the rest of their lives. Absolutely. So why don't we jump to the chat box, and everybody give me what your big plan is for the next 10 days. What is the one thing you want to try to accomplish over these next few days? It may be reaching the end of a goal, or it may be starting something new, getting ready to start something new at the end. So tell us what you think. while y'all are thinking and typing, I'm going to make a couple of announcements, which I'm really excited about. First of all, Tracy and I decided to launch. There's 5 optional bod squads in the program per year, and we started at Fit and Festive, and that was, Tracy, was that number 2? I think that was number 2 on the annual list, the Fit and Festive, but we got a late start on it. It was probably 3 or 4 weeks late. And so I'm sorry, I'm saying Fit and Festive. I mean the fit.
Spring clean, spring clean.
Thank you, the spring clean. We did the spring clean, but we were a few weeks late. And so we pushed, I want to say was there a summer program in between the two?
Yeah.
There was a summer bot squad, and then we did the Fit for Fall. So we did the spring clean. We missed the New Year thing. We did the spring clean, but it was a little late. We missed,
You missed the summer.
Huh?
You missed the summer.
Yeah, so the summer one we missed, and then we did the Fit for Fall. And we were not planning to do the last one of the year, which is called Fit and Festive, which means you can get fit and still be festive. We weren't going to do that, and then we got excited talking to our peers last week and decided, heck yes, we're going to do it. Plus, I've been talking to several people, and they were, dang it, I missed it on the Fit for Fall. So this gives them a chance to jump right in. Anyway, in case anybody asks y'all about the next bot squad, it's going to start on November 7th. So it's really not that far into the future. We're gonna crank right into that one. And those of you that are in the Ascend program will have the option of picking up on that program as well, and having fun with the challenges and the group things and whatnot. The Fit and Festive program is more seasonal than the other ones for obvious reasons. It's hard not to be when you're barreling right through Thanksgiving and then entering into Christmas week. The last week, or the last weigh-in of the Fit and Festive is actually the Friday before Christmas week. So it's right, it lands you right on top of Christmas, and then there's a real good incentive to get through the holidays and then jump right into the Ascend program afterwards. So we expect to get some good subscriptions for that. Anyway, that's good news number 1. Good news number 2 is I spoke with Michael Marchand today, and we have settled on the second Saturday in November for our field trip. I say Saturday, the second weekend in November for our field trip. And I'm going to throw the invitation out. First of all, I want y'all to, and in fact, let me get I don't even have the chats up yet. Hold on. So I want to get y'all to continue to chat and tell me if you had a choice between a Saturday field trip and a Sunday field trip, which one would work better for you? I'm going to ask everybody that's interested and try to arrive at the one that gets us the most head count. Anyway, Saturday, November 12th or Sunday, November 13th is what we're looking at. And that's a field trip to Brenham, out in the country, not Brenham downtown, but out in the country. And it's probably an 1.5-hour drive, or 1.45 hours, something like that. So anyway,
What were the dates again, Mike?
well, we're looking at Saturday, November 12th or Sunday, November 13th. And if people tell me if Saturdays or Sundays are better, then we'll try to land on that one. So I see 2 people are voting Saturday, so I'll get those. I'll duly note those, and we'll take a roll call for everybody that's interested.
I'm just FYI, I'm volunteering at the Houston Open that weekend, so I'm not available either day that weekend.
The Houston Open. That sounds
Yes.
like fun.
It is fun.
Yeah. Was that the one that used to be at the Shell, or that used to be called
Yeah.
Shell, right? Is it still
Yeah.
Shell?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's got a different sponsor, a bank. I can't even remember the name.
Now, are they having that at Memorial Park now, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Which I've never played actually, but I certainly haven't played it after they fixed it up. It must be.
Yeah,
really-
you don't want to play that course.
Why? Lots of trees?
No, if you don't hit the fairway, your ball goes into Bermuda grass, which is just cut high enough to cover your ball,
Yeah.
and it's impossible to find it.
Okay. That's incentive to stay in the fairway, actually. So,
Exactly. If you stay in
Yeah.
the fairway, it's fine, but
yeah.
good luck with that if you're a hacker.
Okay. So Corbin is out. We'll try to do that every year, so you could catch it next year. I'm going to invite the spring clean folks and the Fit for Fall folks, which is y'all, and the people that are in the program or signing up for the program that starts on the 7th. So that's going to be about 50 people, and I'm sure we could get a third of them to make time to do the trip. Kevin, you voted, which means you're coming. That's great because Kevin and I have both been out there already, and actually we came out for the same reason once, didn't we?
Yeah,
To get those chunks of the is it pin oak? Is that right?
post oak.
Post oak, yeah, post oak. So we grabbed some post oak for our smoking duties in the grill, and he had a tree that was probably 30 or 40 maybe inches diameter.
Yeah, it was huge.
Yeah, and then we were cutting off of that thing. So that was a fun day. Anyway, it's a great trip, and Michael is convinced or much more confident that he'll have good green healthy stuff to show us after a very, very tough summer. So they're really optimistic about the future. I don't know yet when they're going to start delivering again, but hopefully that'll pop into play pretty quickly too. I'll keep you all posted on that. Okay, so next 10 days, let's see. Kevin, I want to get back to where I started this 6 weeks without the aid of COVID. So that means Kevin had a little rough patch a couple of weeks ago, and now you want to get back to your steady state, which is kind of where you want to be. Is that right?
Yeah, but that's just to me it just reinforces this whole program, because I mean, if I'd have had that stint a year ago, I mean, I would have done what I've always done, which is just eat my way through it. And I was very cognizant of what I was going through. I was very cognizant of the stress. I was very cognizant of the loss of sleep. I scaled back the workouts. I focused like a laser beam on my nutrition, and because I couldn't control the other variables. I mean, the work is what the work is, and but now that I've gotten through that really hard patch, been able to eat clean. I've been able to shed a lot of the weight that I gained, because I mean, you can do everything perfect, but I mean, if you're under a lot of stress and you're not sleeping well, you're going to gain weight, and that's what I did. But I love the fact that I'm zeroing back in on where I am happy, and I've got the sense of accomplishment and everything else, and it's the strength of the habits that really made the difference. Is just do my shopping on Sundays and Wednesdays. I stuck to that even during the rough patch. We cook at home, the vast majority of times. I mean, there were a couple of times during that stint where, I was eating out too much, but, like I said, I love the fact that I have a vehicle to get myself back on track, and I don't have to be a victim all the time.
So cool. Coincidentally, Tracy and I had a conversation with Aaron, our mentor on this program. We were talking about you, and Aaron said, look, this guy is riding on cloud 9, and there's going to be a setback. There's going to be a big hole that he, crams his foot into, and he gets stuck for a while. And you're going to have to manage his expectations and his emotions as he gets himself through this. And the fact is, you kind of managed it all yourself. We didn't have to do anything. You stuck with what you knew and got right back into it.
Right. I mean, you have all these materials, you have all these recipes, you got all these support things. I mean, you know, you can go back and you can find a video that meant something to you and rewatch it. You know, that's the thing that you know, really, you know, that's what makes the difference is just, you know, knowing that you've got a call on Thursday, knowing that you've got, you know, a support network. I mean, yeah, okay, I didn't have to go, you know, dive in and oh, Mike, what am I going to do or anything like that. I didn't have to, but I knew that I could.
Yeah.
And just that safety net, that's the main thing is just, you know, I know I've got a safety net. I know I've got a support network. It's a great program. I love this program.
Well, I had a conversation with Jeff this morning, who's really struggling to find the time. He's got a lot of work pressures right now. And we had exactly that conversation about the support network. And we had the conversation about the importance of spending some quality minutes every day, focusing on you, focusing on yourself and kind of blocking out the other draws on your life, just to make sure you're taking care of charging the batteries and being ready for the next challenge. So he was going to try to make an attempt to get on the call tonight, and hopefully he'll watch this video because that message you just gave us is one that I want him to hear as well. That we talked about circling the chairs and you know, hi, I'm Mike, I'm a bot squatter, you know, hi, Mike. So Mary, tell us about your next 10 days.
For my next 10 days, I want to continue eating all 3 macros at every meal because that's really been my success. And then to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night.
Oh yeah, that's
So I'm really, really envious of that last part. That sounds so nice.
It's wonderful.
What's your opinion on napping? You see all kinds of
Nap-
stuff out there.
Naps are wonderful. Yeah, naps are great.
Short, medium, or long?
Well, this summer when it was very, very hot, I would get out in the yard and work every morning and then come in and have lunch and have my shower. And I would probably nap anywhere from 20 to maybe 40 minutes. Naps are great.
That sounds good. We'll ask the other retiree how she handles that too.
Naps
We're all jealous, I can tell you that.
Listen, you have no idea how wonderful it is to be retired. I never knew how great this was.
Well,
It's wonderful.
it was so deserved. So you really paid your price. I mean, you gave back to society a whole lot. So thank you, thank you for that. Speaking of giving back to society, Nancy, what's your nap schedule look like?
I believe in power naps, and so I lay down for 30 minutes. It takes me a few minutes to fall asleep. And then so in 20 minutes, I get up and I'm refreshed.
Okay.
But I haven't had one for a while. So, but that's what I do. I set the clock for 30 minutes. By the time I fall asleep, 20 minutes and I'm up, and it does make a difference, and it can carry.
Do you get up naturally, or does the alarm wake you up?
No, I would put it on my watch and, you know, just get up and you feel refreshed.
Yeah.
So, but and I are great about the other night we got like 10 hours of sleep. So, I haven't done the best in the last 5 weeks. Because of circumstances, and I'm finding I'm eating differently because of the circumstances I am in, and eating out a little bit more because of circumstances. So, and now I'm going to have cataract surgery, so I'll be out for 2 weeks, you know, with my eye. So that's why I got on today. I need encouragement, and, you know, I said, I got to get back on this. And also Tom's not doing it with me this time. And I think we did really well together, and we planned together, and we ate, you know, we planned our meals better. So not that I'm off doing anything crazy, but I'm not pleased where I am right now.
Okay.
So-
That's a story we hear. Heard it in the last spot. I heard it several times in this one as well. The challenges of not having the people around you supporting it with physically participation, which is the best thing, but at least supporting it, with emotional support. And some folks are not even really getting that as much as they could be. There's a very complicated lesson in the program about surrounding yourself with the right people, being around positive-minded people, and your own personality being a reflection of the people that are around you. And I wasn't going to talk about that because I think it's like we all have people that we kind of have to be around, and we don't really want to, especially if we're still in a professional career. I'm happy to say that's not my problem, because everybody that I'm around in my professional career are people that I chose and chose me, and that's really cool. I'll tell you that. I love that part of my job. But
The only other thing I would interject there is, Nancy, I mean, Mike talks about, taking that minute for yourself. And, I take that minute for myself every day. But, what I've learned, and I've learned it from you, is I've learned that minute for myself is also a minute for Jesus. Okay. And when I do that, when I take that minute, I do think about you, and I am grateful for the example that you've set, for the prayers that you pray. I know every day that you are praying for all of us. And so I want you to know I lift you up in prayer every day as well. And I've never said that to you, and I apologize that I haven't. But I want you to know that I do, and I'm going to continue, especially as you're on this challenge, because I know that that's got to be a scary thing for you to be going through, and I want you to know that I don't think I'm in the minority. I think that everybody's pulling for you, and I just want you to know that you are very well loved and appreciated in this group.
that was a Nancy minute. I loved it.
Wow.
That's great. We should have a Nancy minute on every one of these calls. 'Cause guess what? Nancy has hours for other people every single day.
Well,
Absolutely.
and it's wonderful to, I come humbly before you, like, my brother's in the hospital, so we're going to see him, and then we're not eating lunch, and we're having breakfast, and then coming home for dinner, and it's like, oh, I'm off right now, so it's going to get better, but that's why I came today, purposely to hear the stories of other people and encouragement for me too. And I appreciate that. Thank you so much for your kind words.
That was so deserved and well stated. So y'all did great. Let's turn this moment into action. Everybody give Nancy, not just your prayers, but give her the very best new meal that you have created out of this whole program. And you can send it to her by text or send it through the chat line here. But just give her some ideas on some fun things to do between now and the end of the program, where she can really celebrate everything that we've learned. Just give her the very best one. Everybody has a favorite, right? Like the one that just blew their socks off or just really hit home. So send it to Nancy to help her out there.
That would be great.
Now, I will talk to Tom tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, he's doing great. He cooked a beautiful breakfast for me. He doesn't have to do it like, his breakfast this morning, we had scrambled eggs, we had oranges, we had apples, we had nuts, we had bacon. I mean, he did an amazing job.
He's still in it. Sounds
Yeah,
like.
he is. He's very cautious of what he's watching to eat. He might have a cookie today, and so I had a little bite of the cookie, and before I was so disciplined, and right now, and it's all about emotion. What's that? You eat because of your emotions, and so I have to watch that. So, but no, he's doing great. But
Hey.
you can still talk to him if you want to.
What's that? I still talk to him. I always do. He challenges me and I challenge him.
Yeah.
And y'all are too close to me in age, but if y'all were my parents, I'd be pretty happy.
Oh.
But, Anyway, we're too close. You're like my aunt and uncle that I wish I always wish I had. Always wish I had. Okay, Corbin, tell us about your 10-day plan.
I guess mine is to come up with more interesting meals. I'm, following the sheets and all that was fine for the first few weeks, but now I'm just kind of getting a little bored with them.
Yeah.
And Barbara's not cooking for me. She's usually our cook. And I've never had to worry about this so much. And we kind of had a crazy week too. So anyway, I just thought I want to stay with the program, but just spice it up a little bit somehow. So I got to do some research on that.
Okay, let's throw Corbin some love. Everybody, if anybody made a sauce for the first time that was a different cuisine, that maybe one that you'd never even thought about cooking before, because there's some great things in there, some great recipe books and things that show you or tell you how to make a sauce from a different part of the world, like Mediterranean or South Asian or things like that. Did anybody try one of those? Tracy, are you on? We lost Tracy for a bit, but I'll quiz her on that same question. And I think because she introduces some things from time to time that are just spectacular. Last night we had paella, and it's the saffron. You can smell it from down the street. It is just heavenly. If you've never had saffron in a rice dish like paella, what usually has like sausage and shrimp in it, it is really spectacular. It's so good. So I would try that. And she's made, sometimes we have stuff that's kind of like the red curry that you get in a Thai restaurant. That kind of stuff is delicious too. Mary, I know you've done stuff like this. Does one come to mind? What comes to mind?
Well, an easy way to make Indian food without spending hours is just to saute up some onion, garlic, and ginger root, and then add a teaspoon of cumin, a teaspoon of coriander, a teaspoon of turmeric, and then put in either your vegetable or your chicken or your meat or your fish. And then you can also put in a can of coconut milk, 100% full fat coconut milk.
Oh, that sounds
And just
good.
cook it. Yeah, it's
Yeah, can
easy.
you get that in writing somewhere? I love
Yeah.
everything you just said.
I'm the prospector with the pickaxe, and I just found the nugget I've been looking for. That's it right
Holy
there.
crap, that was
I
awesome.
will, I'll put it in I'll post it, in the app here, but it's just, you can just do it with anything, and then, so just coriander, cumin, and turmeric. And if you go to HEB in the healthy living department where they have the loose spices, you should be able to buy the turmeric there, and the cumin. I'm not so certain about the coriander, but because it's less expensive, than just buying it in the jars. And that's where I get mine. Oh, and if you decide to do this, I have to bring y'all curry leaves, and you put these curry leaves in it, and I have tons of them in my backyard. But I'll do this for everybody. It's easy. It's just a fast way to make something Indian flavored.
Wow.
Oh, great. And all that
Yeah.
stuff is great for you, turmeric and the
Yeah.
cumin.
Yeah,
So,
that's right. Those
easy.
are all good.
and
I had one more
another
thing.
easy,
Corbin,
another easy thing to do is just, you can brown them up first or not, but just get whatever type of, I like chicken thighs, but skinless.
Mhm.
And then just put them in a skillet with some salsa. If you like your favorite salsa, and cook it until your chicken is done. So, that's easy.
My mouth is watering.
That's
One of
what
my
I
tricks is
had
to
the
wrap,
chicken thighs for dinner, the skinless chicken thighs for dinner, but I grilled them. I can grill. I just can't come up with all the sauces and stuff.
Yeah.
Sauces
One
are
of the things I
special.
like to do is I like to take a chicken breast and, I don't know if you've ever unrolled one, but you basically start at on the flat side down and you start cutting like a 1/4 inch, slit, a 1/4 inch above it, and you just keep doing that until it's rolled out flat. I put a lot of, spinach and mushrooms and, stuff like that that I've already sauteed up, and onions. And those are my carbs, and I just roll it back up
Hmm.
and then wrap it in bacon and then bake it on 425 for about 20 minutes. And, I've got my fats, I've got my proteins. Of course, if it's a big chicken breast, I got to cut it in half, right? So I get half of it later. But all my carbs are in those vegetables, because you got to use an onion to get the carb count up high enough. But that's another one of my little cheats. I've always got one of those in the fridge.
All right.
That's
Wow.
nice, yeah.
That all sounds really good. Guys, I just wanted to throw one more thing out there before we leave, and that is, we talked last time about a video that really resonated with me. I think I told you it was 13 minutes long, but it turns out it's 18 minutes long. If you didn't get a chance to watch it, it's by a guy named Peter Sage, and the discussion is on self-sabotage, and I thought it was really interesting. He had one of his favorite quotes is that the first law of personal growth is that people will never rise above their opinion of themselves. So one thing we want to do in this program is we want to break through our self-conceptions about who we are and what we can achieve, and we want to try to go to the next level. And the only way you can do that is to really believe that you can. So anyway, it's 18 minutes, extremely well spent. If you haven't seen it already, get your spouse to see it, and the more people around you that see that kind of stuff and absorb it, the better off we'll all be, I think. So anyway, one last week, just give it your best shot, and I'm gonna really put the press on everybody to sit in on the meeting next Thursday, so we can build the bonds that we want to build. And oh, by the way, speaking of building bonds, we are going to set up the pickleball court tomorrow evening at 4 p.m. And if you've never played pickleball before and you want to give it a try, this is your big chance. This sport is taking over America, especially older America. Tracy and I found it, actually we found it right before COVID hit. So we found it in 2019 and bought the pickleball set. We were gonna have G-Bar 3 Fridays with pickleball, and all that fell through. But anyway, we're gonna start it back up tomorrow and give it a go. And if everybody likes it, we'll do it every Friday. So if y'all are interested, we can have more conversations like this one, share some more recipes, and build some fellowship. So anyway, with that, I'll see you guys, most of y'all, tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Okay, take
Thanks.
care.
bye,
Okay.
everybody.
Good night.
Good night.